From the moment early humans first gazed at the night sky filled with cold, glittering stars and the silent pull of the unknown, a question began to echo. Within their minds, an unspoken, trembling awareness that life was more than survival. Something lingered beyond the reach of firelight, something watching, something remembering. And so began one of humanity's oldest quests. Not for shelter, not for food, but for meaning. This is the world where the spirits of the ancestors first took shape. As dawn breaks over the vast plains, pale light spreads across sleeping camps. Smoke rises from the last embers of communal fires, carrying with it the sense of the night ashes earth and the fading presence of those who came before. Hunters stir with quiet reverence, not merely preparing their tools, but acknowledging unseen forces guiding their steps. In these early moments of human culture, the boundary between the living and the departed remained thin, fragile, and deeply sacred. For countless generations, survival had dominated every waking moment. But now, something new was awakening within the human mind. Memory stretched beyond the present day, gratitude deepened into ritual, and grief transformed into connection. The dead were no longer simply gone, they were companions, protectors, and wisdom bearers. In every shifting shadow, early humans sensed their presence. Seasons turned, herds migrated, storms rose and subsided. Through all of this, the ancestors became an invisible thread, tying communities together. The living believed that every life left an echo, and these echoes shaped the future. In times of hardship, families gathered around the fire to invoke the names of those who had come before, calling upon their strength. Children learned that bravery ran through their blood, carried from generation to generation like an unbreakable flame. With each passing generation, rituals evolved. At first, they were simple gestures: a stone placed at a favored resting site, a whisper offered to the wind, a hand pressed into the soil where a loved one's body returned to the earth. Over time, these gestures became ceremonies infused with meaning and structure. People began to craft tools and ornaments, not only for daily use, but for remembrance. The earliest pendants, carved from bone or shell, carried more than beauty. They held stories, identities, and memories. In caves and rock shelters across the prehistoric world, paintings emerged that paid tribute to ancestors not in form, but in essence. Figures blurred between human and spirit, merging with animals, plants, and celestial signs. These were not mere artworks, they were bridges to another realm, ways to ensure that wisdom, courage, and protection continued to flow from past to present. Such paintings were touched with reverence, guarded by chosen members of the clan who carried the responsibility of passing tradition forward. The role of memory keepers, proteshamans, grew vital. They listened to the dreams of the tribe, interpreting visions that others feared. They guided rites of passage, offering protection for the young and solace for the grieving. Through rhythmic chants, ritual dances, and offerings placed at sacred sites, they connected the community to forces far greater than themselves. These guardians stood as mediators between the world of the living and the world of the ancestors, and so a spiritual map began to form. Rivers, forests, stones, and mountains became infused with ancestral presence. A particular bend in the river might be where a great hunter once crossed. A towering tree could mark the resting place of a revered leader. An unusual rock formation might hold the memory of an entire clan wiped away by drought. The world became a living archive, where landscape and legacy intertwined. As humans settled into more stable territories, burial customs grew increasingly symbolic. Graves were lined with stones, decorated with red ochre, and filled with tools, weapons, and ornaments objects meant to accompany the departed on their journey. This practice revealed a profound belief. Death was not an end, but a transition. The ancestors remained active participants in the tribe's destiny. They guided migrations, inspired inventions, warned against danger, and offered comfort during long winters. The idea of continuity became essential. The living understood themselves as links in a chain stretching back through countless lifetimes. Each new birth was celebrated as the renewal of ancestral strength, while each death was honored as a return to the great collective memory. In this worldview, no one truly vanished. Their breath became the wind. Their warmth became the fire. Their stories became the foundation upon which future generations stood. As societies grew more complex, so too did their spiritual frameworks. Totems emerged, symbols representing clan lineages, often tied to animals believed to embody the traits of ancestors. A clan associated with the wolf honored the attributes of loyalty, intuition, and guardianship. Another, linked to the eagle, sought clarity of vision and leadership. These symbols were not mere decorations, they were reminders of inherited wisdom, ancestral duty, and shared identity. Around communal fires, stories of ancestors became more elaborate. Narratives spanned centuries, blending myth and memory. Some spoke of founders who braved impossible journeys. Others described healers who cured devastating illnesses, or warriors who defended the tribe from predators. These tales preserved not only history, but values, shaping how each new generation understood its place in the world. In troubled times, communities sought guidance through rites of divination, interpreting the patterns of bones thrown upon the earth, the shapes of smoke rising from the fire, or the whisper of leaves rustling in the night. They believed the ancestors communicated through signs. These early forms of spiritual inquiry would one day evolve into systems of belief that shaped entire civilizations. Yet the essence remained unchanged. The past was alive within the present. Through migration, conflict, celebration, and innovation, the presence of the ancestors remained a constant force. Their memory shaped moral codes, influenced decisions, and strengthened unity. They were the foundation upon which clans built identity and meaning, an invisible council that ensured wisdom never died. As we look back on these early expressions of spirituality, a profound truth emerges. Humans were not simply learning to survive, they were learning to belong. They sought connection not only with each other, but with something larger, older, and eternal. This desire helped forge the earliest spiritual systems, paving the way for rituals, myths, and institutions that would define the human experience across millennia. And today, echoes of those ancient beliefs remain. In the way we honor our loved ones, in the stories we preserve, in the symbols we carry, and in the reverence we hold for the past. The spirit of the ancestors continues to guide us. Their presence lingers in cultural traditions, in sacred sites, and in the quiet moments when we feel connected to something far beyond ourselves. The journey of humanity is not written by individuals alone, it is shaped by countless voices, countless lives, woven together into a tapestry of memory. The prehistoric belief in ancestral spirits was not merely superstition. It was an early expression of a universal truth, that who we are is inseparable from those who came before. Their courage forged the paths we now walk. Their resilience lit the fires we now tend. Their stories echo within us, urging us to continue the journey they began. And as the narrator's voice fades, the message becomes clear. The spirit of the ancestors still whispers in the wind, urging future generations, urging us to remember, to honor, and to keep the flame alive. If you felt connected to this journey through humanity's earliest spiritual roots, Consider supporting this channel so that more people can discover the origins of our shared story. Like, subscribe, and join us as we continue exploring the world before civilization.